What's up guys, my name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 PvP primaries in Destiny 2's meta. Now this is based on so many different things, including my own opinion of playing with different weapons, playing with different game modes and all that stuff, asking my friends who play the game a lot, as well as doing research across the internet of what other people think that I've collated into this video. This countdown is based on 3 main criteria. First off is going to be ease of access. You know, how easy is it to get this weapon? If you need to get random rolls, how easy is it to get more of this weapon, to drop as much as possible to get those random rolls, to get the god roll you're looking for. The second criteria is going to be ease of use / kill potential. You know, how easy is it for noobs to use like myself? How easy is it to like use at different ranges and all that stuff? Kill potential, you know, the combination of all the different statistics, you know, its stability, its range, how close you need to be a target, how far you need to be from a target, how it competes against the main meta weapons. This is all part of kill potential. And the third criteria is going to be the time to kill. Basically, how pro friendly is it? How quick can you possibly get the kill if you are aiming your shots perfectly? Today's video has been brought to you by the Stoat, the cute and fluffy ferret that a friend of mine sent me over the internet, and they are adorable. Thank you for watching the preface. Of course, for watching the preface, you get to see all these fluffers on screen. Hint, hint to all my future videos. Not all of them have fluffy animals, but for these ones, they do. And for you guys who did not skip to the first weapon, you guys get some fluffy animals. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it with number 5 in this top 5 countdown, which is the legendary hand cannon known as Trust. Now, this 180 hand cannon has been seen a lot of action over time in the meta of Destiny. It came out with Forsaken, and it has been used pretty much since then. The way to get this weapon is from any of the Gambit drops, as well as the fact the first reset guarantees you a curated Gambit roll. Now, in general, I would say the PvP meta has leaned more towards the faster fire rate hand cannons, which is why this 180 hand cannon is on the list, pretty much the fastest fire rate that a hand cannon can be at, because of the fact that it is very easy to use. You know, faster fire rate, in my opinion, makes the weapon a lot easier to use. You can miss some initial shots and still get on target without totally losing out on tons and tons of damage. And on top of that, this weapon, of course, like I said before, you can get tons and tons of them. And on top of that, the time to kill on this weapon is also pretty good. As far as rolls go for this weapon, you can't technically get a kill clip on this weapon, so the best thing you can probably go for is probably like a Rampage Outlaw, or maybe like an Outlaw Zen Moment. Outside of that, there is a drop mag potential as well as accurized rounds, so you can increase the ranges. And overall, I would say this is probably one of the higher range kind of hand cannon archetypes as far as the 180s go. Coming up at number 4 in this top 5 list is gonna be the Chattering Bone Legendary Kinetic Pulse Rifle. Now, this weapon can be dropped randomly from the Last Wish raid. You probably have gotten like 20 of them over the course of like 30 raids. This weapon drops all the time from all the chests, from all the encounters. This weapon is actually really fantastic. Now, this 450 pulse rifle can be used in so many different ways. Personally, it is my favorite weapon for primaries in PvE, and in PvP, this weapon does not disappoint. First of all, it is a 450 RPM pulse rifle with 33 magazine, allowing it to do some incredible damage very, very quickly. And you guys know what I say about the faster fire rate weapons. They are a lot more noob friendly. You can miss for your first few shots without worrying about totally losing out on half of your damage, and it still allows you to get on target. And my own opinion, I like to use those first few shots to kind of bounce into the target and get into the rhythm of the stability or the recoil. As far as the rolls go, the curated roll has a light mag kill clip plus high impact reserves, which is a very good roll, having a faster reload plus an extra damage like kill clip being the preferred in PvP. Outside of that, in the random rolls, it does not have the potential to have kill clip, but it does have the ability to have rampage and a bunch of other perks that'll help you with your stability and your range. But overall, I would say if you get the curated roll, stick with the curated roll, because that is fantastic. Coming up at number 3 on this top 5 countdown is gonna be the exotic kinetic hand cannon known as Ace of Spades. Now, I put this one as my number 1 PvE and PvP weapon in the last few countdowns, but I gotta say, this weapon has not been proving out when it compared to the next few weapons. And on top of that, I've had a lot more time to use a lot more of these weapons, and I found that this weapon does bounce a lot more than I realized. Overall, though, this weapon is still incredible. Not only for the fact that it has probably the second best range out of all hand cannons in the entire game, literally behind the Sturm, which is a 110 hand cannon, and that's only after its masterwork increasing its range even more. And on top of that, it has a magazine of 13 and probably the most incredible perk loadout in the entire game. Now, there's 2 specific perks that are both 2 perks combined in one. First of all, Memento Mori, reloading after a kill loads the magazine with a few extra damaging bullets, which is 5 bullets, and you also get a radar while aiming down sights. That's 2 perks in one. That's Kill Clip plus Third Eye from Destiny 1. That's 2 perks. The next perk it has is called Firefly. Precision kills with the weapon increase the reload speed and cause the target to explode. Again, increasing reload speed, that's Outlaw. Getting an explosion on the kill, that's Dragonfly. Now, Firefly obviously was in Destiny 1, but that's 2 perks in 1 perk for 2 separate perks. You have 4 perks on a weapon. All 4 perks that you would want on a hand cannon, on a single weapon in the game. And finally, on top of that, it also has high caliber rounds. So if you hit an enemy, their shots are gonna kind of fly off target and you're gonna be disorienting them a lot more than they're used to. Honestly, I gotta say, a lot more people need to be using this weapon than there are. I've been playing Crucible for quite a while now, and I have not seen as many Ace of Spades as I should. This weapon is built very, very well, and it should be a lot more effective than a lot of people are giving it credit for. To be honest, I would say there's only 2 downsides to this weapon. Firstly, its kill clip Momentum Mori thing cannot allow you to get 2-shot headshots, which makes it kind of useless in many ways unless you're fighting with your teammates. And secondly, it does bounce. Its stability is a little bit bad, and it does bounce a lot, but once you get used to it, I'm sure that that can go away. Anyways, moving on to number 2 in this top 5 countdown, it's going to be the legendary kinetic pulse rifle known as Bygones. Now, this 390 pulse rifle is amazing in almost every way conceivable. Firstly, its ease of access is really, really good. You can have this directly from the Drifter, by the way. You can literally get it from his inventory, his Venerol, I think after getting Fabled rank or something like that. It is very easy to get just straight from him, and anytime you get any rank up of any kind or any Gambit match, you have a chance of also getting a Gambit weapon, and the Bygone also has a chance of dropping. Its perks are also really, really nice. You know, it has a chance of getting Kill Clip, it has a chance of getting Outlaw plus Kill Clip, you can have Ricochet rounds, you cannot have any drop mags, so you're gonna have to deal with Light Mag, which increases the range and reload speed on a pulse rifle, which is really good because usually the reload speed is not really that bad. And on top of that, a couple other people really like the Kill Clip plus full auto from the curated loadout. It is an amazing weapon in so many ways. Next up, let's talk about kill potential. This weapon is easy to use. It has better range and stability than the Chattering Bone. Obviously, Chattering Bone fires faster, but it can reach out farther and it can do it a lot easier than some of the other pulse rifles in the game. And on top of that, it just has a kind of middling stats across the board. A decent aim assistance, a decent recoil direction, it has a decent weapon size, a decent handling. This weapon is just kind of averaging and above average in everything that it does. And the last thing I gotta say about it is gonna be the time to kill. This weapon can definitely give you those 3 burst kills pretty consistently if you're around the head for most of it, and once you get Kill Clip, you can get the 2 burst kills, which are incredibly satisfying. However, it's gonna be very, very tight. You can only really miss maybe 1 shot or get a body shot on 1 or 2 of the shots before you will not be able to kill him with those 2 bursts. But overall, it definitely has the potential to be an absolute beast. And finally, coming up at number 1 on this top 5 countdown, everybody knows what this weapon is. It is going to be the legendary energy hand cannon known as Luna's Howl, and kind of a slash on it for the Not Forgotten. Now, both of these weapons are not exactly the same. One is more of a stability version, the Luna's Howl, and one is more of a range version, the Not Forgotten. But there's so many similarities between these 2 weapons, and of course, the main focus of these 2 weapons is going to be the Magnificent Howl and the fact that it is a 180 hand cannon. So in this particular instance, I've just grouped these 2 in the same spot. So for those of you who do not know, the way you get the Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten is going to be on the same quest line. You gotta go to Shaxx, do his specific pinnacle weapon quest from season 4. It has you go through so many different Crucible matches of getting solar kills, hand cannon kills, headshot kills, getting to 2100 glory rank of Fabled. There's a very long, very strenuous, and very difficult kind of quest line. So this weapon is definitely hard to get. But once you do get this weapon, its ease of use and kill potential are so very high. I would say this is probably one of the more noob-friendly weapons. The fact that it is a 180 hand cannon, the fact that it has aim assistance of 79 and a recoil direction of 95 makes it pretty much just straight up and down. It has a good handling on it. This weapon is just fantastic. And on top of that, it has a perk called Zen Moment, allowing it so the weapon increases stability over time, has drop mags, so you can get a faster reload between using the weapon, and finally has a stability masterwork. Why not? It does not cover your target when you fire the weapon. It comes down with enough time to fire the next one. This weapon is very easy to use. And lastly, the time to kill extremely low. Comparing it to the Trust that takes 4 headshots to kill, this weapon takes 3. And finally, let's talk about the perk, Magnificent Howl. If you do not know what it does, if you land 2 headshots with this weapon consecutively without missing and getting a kill, you get a certain period where you will get extra damage. Now, how much extra damage do you get? You get about 2.5 times the damage. You get 2 headshots in a row, 54 damage each, right? And then you get a third headshot, that's 134 damage on that third headshot. That's ridiculous. That's way more than enough to kill an enemy, which means you can get longer range kills with that kind of damage, or you can get a body shot. 2 headshots and a body shot kills the enemy. Can you believe that? That kill potential plus time to kill is way beyond pretty much every other gun in the game. Now, the best way to compete with that is obviously going to be with weapons that have kill clip on it, allowing you to compete at that kind of time to kill kind of arena. But the fact is, you don't have to get a kill for this weapon to murder people outright. And that's what makes it so incredible. Anyways, that's pretty much the top 5 countdown for you. On screen now, you can see my full list of all the weapons that I considered for this video. Now, obviously, I did not consider every single weapon. I had a focus on the Black Armory and Forsaken weapons, mostly for the fact that they have random rolls and they're more readily available nowadays. I also wanted to mention a few honorable mentions. First off, the Kindled Orchid, a hand cannon that has a chance of getting kill clip and rampage on it at the same time, allowing a 140 hand cannon to literally get 2-shot headshots, making it so it's probably the best time to kill in the game. It's definitely could be very fantastic, and even if it's just a kill clip plus an outlaw, this weapon can do fantastic things. However, it is a little bit more difficult to get because of the fact that you have to wait for the forge to come around, and it's a kind of more of a niche scenario. You have to get rampage and kill clip at the same time. I would definitely say this weapon is fantastic, just a little bit niche. And secondly, if you were looking for some auto rifles, the Tiger Spy and Ringing Nail are both 450 auto rifles, one in the kinetic, one in the energy slot. If you're looking for auto rifles, these are probably going to be the best in the game for you to use in both PvP and I would assume also PvE. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if there's something that I missed, some weapon that is actually fantastic. Of course, make sure you think about the criteria, the ease of access, the kill potential, as well as the time to kill. These things are all very, very important. And of course, just let me know how you would rate these and why in the comments down below. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. My name is Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.